Alrighty guys, welcome back to Balake's Fish Room. So today I'm just going to be showing you guys how I do all the water changes in the fish room as efficiently as possible, and the little tips and tricks that I use along the way. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'm hoping to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so we're almost there. So I'd really appreciate if you could take the 2 seconds to just subscribe to the channel, hit like, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, so you can see up in the clouds here, it's pretty stormy and everything. So I've heard that the changes in the geometric pressure can trigger spawning. So that's probably when you want to do your big water changes and everything like that. So if I come in here, this is the Black Nasty tank, and sorry about the noise, but I've drained the tank down probably about 40% of the way. And so that's a nice big water change, which is going to be a cold water change as well, it usually actually sparks both of the females in this tank to start spawning. So yeah. Okay guys, so these are the Black Nasties. So this is Haku up the back there, the big male. He gets a little bit scared when he's getting water changes, but yeah, so he's up there. He's probably safely around 8 inches now, and this is his primary female, Sen, and she's probably a good 4.5 to 5 inches herself. And then if we come down to Shihiro, and she's just under there, so she's around probably 3.5 to 4 inches, so she's quite a bit smaller than the other female, but she's doing well. The aggression in this tank is really well balanced. So but yeah, anyway, water changes. I get distracted. So in this tank, so we've drained about 40% of the water, and like I said, the geometric pressure, doing a big cold water change, that usually triggers a bit of spawning for me. So I'm doing some bigger water changes. The Trimax down here, they've got fry at the moment. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Actually, where are the fry? I can't see them. Oh, they're at the back there. They're swimming around with the female. But they've already got fry, so I'm only doing a little water change on them, about 15%. We've got the Davo, the red tail giant gourami. He's just going to get, that's probably enough for him, so I'll change that hose over in just a moment. The marbled Fenestratus tank, because there's such a large bio load in this tank, from all the fish, I always do about 40% water changes. Today I'm going to be doing a 50% to hopefully trigger a bit of spawning again. But yeah, so it just depends what you're actually looking for in the tanks. I usually do anywhere between 10 and 20% for my weekly water changes, and if I'm trying to trigger any spawning or just giving a really big water change for highly stocked tanks like this one, then yeah, do anywhere between 30 to 60%, I guess. You just got to make sure the water is safe to go into the tanks. So all right, let's keep going. Also guys, the other thing about my water changes is I don't actually gravel vacuum every single time. I might do gravel vacuuming maybe once a month, maybe once every 6 weeks or something like that. But you know, the gravel doesn't really get vacuumed in the wild. It'll get stirred up every now and then, but you know, you don't have to gravel vacuum all the time. So just as long as you're doing water changes, you are all good. So I'll show you where the water runs to. Okay, so if you follow the hoses down here, they just come around the bend, and just over here, I've got one of these pool, I think the barracudas that go around the pools and clean them up. So I got one of these big hoses, and I've just got one of these little clamps that screwed onto the side of the shed here. So the 2 hoses run down there, and then that runs all the way behind the shipping container down here. And if you follow this around now, so it comes down here, down there, and then it feeds down into this garden. So on the other side of this garden is some really nice plants and trees. We're trying to get this garden to flourish. So once this starts going, we're gonna probably direct the water somewhere else. So, but this is good for now. All right, let's head back up to the fish room. Now guys, the other thing that I was really struggling with was these two tanks down here. They're the fry tanks, and actually putting a hose in those tanks, it really stirs everything up, and I've killed some fry before because it's just stressed them out too much, and the water might not be perfect for them yet. It hasn't adjusted and gotten rid of all the chlorine and everything that might be in there. So the strategy that I've come up with, and I've only done it recently, is these two tanks, I will keep them at about a 50% level, and every day I will come out and I will feed about 3 to 4 inches of fresh water, well, semi-fresh water that's out of this tank here down into that tank. Now, there is a potential risk for cross-contamination of the two tanks and parasites and disease and everything getting in there. But as long as I keep an eye on the two tanks that we've got up here, so Dave's tank, he gets it as well. So every day I'll take a little bit of water out of there. It'll feed down into this tank there. And so far I've seen no fry die. I've been doing it for about 2 weeks, like I said, and it seems to be working pretty well. Okay, so the fry that we've got in the left tank are marbled fenestratus fry. So they're about 2 weeks old, and they're growing really quickly. There's a few hundred in here, which is really crazy to see so many surviving really well. So this is the left side, and if we come over to this side, try not to spook them away, and then over this side we have some black nasty fry. And so these guys are doing really well. The same strategy is working very well for these guys. They don't grow as quickly as the marbled fenestratus I've found, but yeah, they're doing really well. So, all right, let's get on to filling up the tanks. Okay, so this is my setup for basically filtering the water before it goes into the tank. Now, there is the next level that I could go to this and have a big IBC or a pond or something like that I could have the water heated and everything ready to go into the tanks. But look, I just don't have the facilities for that right now. So this is this has been working for about 2 years now. So yeah, had no issues whatsoever. So what this is an inline filter. So the water comes from the town system, comes through here, goes through this hose and around there, and down through. It goes down, up through the filtration system, and then down, up through the filtration system on this side, removing chlorine on one side and any impurities in the water on the other. And then it comes out here, down through the hose and straight into the tanks. So yeah, really simple system. If you want to fill the tanks gradually, you just obviously adjust it to make sure the water is really nice and filtered. But like I said, the downside is you can't treat the water first with your chlorine neutralizer or your prime, and you can't heat the water. So that is a bit of a downside. I mean, if it was on a tap inside, you could heat it, but again, you're not treating it, and yeah. So anyway, let's get to filling up the tanks, and we'll wrap this one up. Alrighty guys, so that's going to do it for all the water changes and everything. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I am trying to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers, so we're almost there. So if you like these kinds of videos, if you like the videos I've posted before and you like the kind of things that I'm doing in the fish room, please, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button as well. And other than that guys, I think that will do us. So I'm going to wrap this one up, and I will see you in the next one. See you guys.